listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's The Biggest Loser After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Biggest Loser After Show.
Yes, a little Keisha Cole, Make Me Over. I think that was the perfect song for tonight's episode of The Biggest Loser. Welcome to the after show of The Biggest Loser, Season 15, Episode 13, the Season of Second Chances. I am your host, Cortez West. Unfortunately, my other co-host could not make it tonight, Lauren Mendoza. Gonna miss you. She did not want to miss Makeover Week, but fortunately, I have my beautiful co-host here, Marisa.
Hello, everyone.
welcome.
I loved this episode. It was really good tonight. Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to have to throw it on out there, people. Those of you who can't see me, this is the season of the episode of Tissue Box.
Yes.
I hope you had your tissue and your tissue boxes right to your side because they were flowing for me.
It was so emotional.
Like, yo, this episode was a teardropper.
Oh, definitely. But it was in a good way, you know.
In
it
a good
wasn't
way.
really like
In a good way.
depressing, but it was more enlightening and like their self-realization, everything. They were tears of joy. And then I just like felt for them. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy for every single one.
And I'm gonna get to the one that actually, and I'm not a crier, people. Don't believe, the tear thing was flowing. But no, I only had one person that made me tear up, and I was a little, shocked at myself. Yeah. So we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna get to the first beginning of Tim Gunn, who is I don't know if I want to call him a stylist per se, but Tim Gunn from Project Runway, and Ken Paves, who's a wonderful hairstylist. He has his own boutique here, salon here in Hollywood, California. They helped with the makeovers this week, and they were some awesome makeovers.
And I gotta say, Lauren is probably upset she missed tonight's episode because she used to host the Project Runway after show here, and so I'm sure she loves Tim Gunn. And I loved how Tim Gunn was in this episode. He was so encouraging, and he really felt with all of the contestants and connected to them.
He did. We're gonna first come out. I think the first person to actually get their look was Tanya, who had lost 66 pounds so far throughout the show. Her first outfit looks great. I was so shocked to see her come behind those curtains looking that way. She looked amazing. Tanya, I've been trying to get you to step it up, and I'm proud of you on this episode. I'm very, very proud of you. And her family showed that they were proud of her as well. She cries, of course, and she was like, it's me. Yes, Tanya, it's you.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think she was like she felt like as if this is her first time that the attention is on her, that finally, she has complete focus on her. So good job with that, Tanya. And then next it was Bobby. He lost 102 pounds so far. Coming in with Tim, he was saying that he calls trying on clothes bulking. Hulking, yes. And I was like, hulking? And then he explains the story that every clothes he tried on, and when he was at office one day, he sat down and his pants ripped, and I've witnessed that a couple of times.
Yeah, and he said it was more the suits that he would wear. They would rip apart at the seams like the Incredible
So there you
Hulk
go,
would.
hulking. That's pretty dope. But with this new outfit, there was no ripped pants this time. Bobby, you look great. Looked amazing. And then next it was...
And I'm sorry. I loved Tim Gunn and how he really connected with Bobby on this one, because Bobby's he came out as a gay man, and Tim really understood that and felt for him as well. So I thought that was a nice, sweet connection beting the both of them.
It was a good connection. And Tim actually choked up. He cried a little bit. He was like, I'm sorry. I'm going to choke. And held his head down for a minute. But that was a good one. That was a good one. Then next was Rachel. Rachel, she went to prom in Germany. And my eyes opened up because I'm originally from Frankfurt, Germany. So I was like, oh, wow. Oh, wow,
cool.
Rachel. And she had on this sparkly black dress. And she was like, oh, no, I'm going to try this dress on again. And she looked amazing in another black sparkle dress.
I loved it. And she looked just like she did in her prom pictures, that sparkly dress. And I loved how it was probably reminiscent of how she felt back then and then feeling it again now. You could just see how happy she was.
She looked amazing. Rachel looked amazing. I'm sorry. But, the dress was a size 6. And she came to the show in a size 20. Wow. That's what I'm going to say is wow. Then next we had Jay. Actually Marie. Marie, I'm shocked at Marie a little. I'm a little shocked. She said that her weight played a part in not having kids. That was shocking for me. I didn't know that really can happen, that, maybe because of your weight size that, with women you can't have kids, so that she felt like she didn't want to.
Well, I don't think it's more like you can't have kids. It's just having more obese weight increases your chances of, miscarriage and more health problems for kids.
Yeah, she did say that. She did say
during pregnancy, you're more likely to experience complications during pregnancy.
Right.
So she probably realized that her weight was probably an issue, maybe why she couldn't conceive and stuff like that.
Okay, I can understand that. She said she was tired of looking at her bat wings on her.
Yeah.
She called her fat under her arms bat wings.
But then they showed her and she's like, I have skinny arms.
I have skinny arms.
So that was great.
Amazing. Everyone looked amazing, but this episode for me, Make Me Over episode was amazing for me. Jay comes out, he says that, he wanted to be a role model for his kids. And he was doing horseback riding for over 20 years. And finally, for the first time in 2 years, he was able to get back on a horse. That's another amazing thing, to be able to do something that you love to do, and you weren't able to do so because of something that you actually had control over.
Yeah.
And finally to be able to do that, that's great.
And he's back to roping. I love the metaphor in this, like literally getting back on the saddle and grabbing life by the horns.
Season of
is
second
just
chances.
Like amazing.
You get a second chance at doing it. And I like how every time they when they were at the Olympics, every time they spoke with someone, Apollo, which is your favorite.
Love Apollo.
or anyone, they would always tell them their second chance, how they never gave up. And I like a lot of these people's stories. David, for one, and Jay. Those two stories were good. Chelsea, the good old cowgirl. She tries her cowgirl look, and she looks amazing. I think she said something along the nature of she never could fit her cowboy boots anymore, or cowgirl boots anymore because of her weight size, and she looked great in her cowgirl boots.
Yeah, and she looked happy.
Yes.
She said she can look in the mirror at herself.
10-year high school coming up, reunion coming up. So Chelsea, you look good.
Tell all those boys off.
Wow. And yes, they can kiss it. She told them, I can't wait to get there so I can tell them all to kiss it. Yes, tell them to kiss it. And then Jennifer, I could not believe.
Va va boom.
Yes, that's exactly what Tim says. Va va boom. Oh, she looks very good. What's it called? I'm going to say vavalicious. She looks vavalicious.
I would say voluptuous.
Yeah, okay, that's the word. That's a good word. She lost 77 pounds. 77 pounds. She looks great. She looks great. Even when her kids came out, they were speechless. They were speechless. They were speechless. And I was speechless as well because she couldn't really walk in the shoes, but she she walked over there and made it happen. So she looked good, Jennifer. David, wow. He said he was twice the man, literally twice the man that he used to be. So pretty much, because when he held up the jeans and he moved it to the side, he was one side of the jeans. So you were literally twice the man you really were. And
he said he's getting rid of the beard.
And yes, I was just about to say that. And yes, Lauren, he is getting rid of the beard. But I didn't know he had type 2 diabetes. So that was fairly shocking to me. I've known people who have type 2 or diabetes, period. And I know the struggle that they have to go through. So David, big ups to you, man. You look great. I'm glad you cut the beard.
And probably another big motivation for him to, really push through on this show.
Really? Because he said his goal was to at least try to get 100 bills. I mean, in order to shave the beard when he gets to 100 pounds or less. And if he makes it to, if he makes it to makeover week.
I thought those were great, attainable goals.
Good. Exactly. And he did both. I mean, come on, dude. I was speaking to Lauren when we watched it. I was like, Lauren, I'm glad when he shaved that. And she's like, they're going to shave it for makeover week. And you're not here to see it with me. But it's cool. He lost 143 pounds. Tim calls it, every time they come out and they look in the mirror, he said they're dumbstruck. I've never heard that word before, but good one. It sounds like you would be
I definitely think
excited.
So.
I guess that's a word for being
excited. And we'll get more into it, but David had a serious transformation.
Yes,
in this
and
episode.
every time someone would come to walk up to Allie, to do the revealing to the family,
right.
and it would have this proud mother face look on her face. And I'm like, oh, Allie, girl, come on.
We'll get to that.
I know, right? But who was your favorite transformation? Who do you think your favorite transformation was?
Oh, goodness. You know what? I was moved and awestruck by all of them, but I really, really have to give it to David and I want to say Rachel.
Okay.
But like both of them, you can see so much progress that they've done, and I just want to see them in the end. I really do.
That's true.
I want to see all of them. Like they've all accomplished so much in the last 13 weeks, but those two you can really, really see it, and they mentally and physically want it.
Right.
And I'm really rooting for them.
Well, I have two. It would be Marie and David. But if I had to choose one, I would definitely have to say David. Two reasons, because the reaction of his family, that was like that. Now that's the guy that had me to grab some tissue boxes. I was crying. I was like literally like, oh, because I felt through the television that his kids and his wife and his little girl, like they were really, really shocked. And he looked totally different than the time he went in there. So of course, like, that was the biggest thing for me. So yeah, I shed a little tear. And just the reaction from his family members, well, that was amazing. But I definitely want to know what people think at home. So, go to iTunes, subscribe. Subscribe to AfterBuzz TV, rate, comment, tell a friend. Make sure you let us get 5 stars and tell me what you think. Tell me who your favorite transformation was. I want to know, because I want to see what other person cried for whom, the most, because everybody have their own relationship with each person on the show, And I didn't have one, but after seeing David's makeover and his family reaction, that really touched me.
Yeah.
Okay. So it got to me. And I think I heard one of the, I think I want to say it was Jennifer. She was like, when given the opportunity to change your life, move with enthusiasm. And they all have been given the opportunity to change their life. And I'm glad that they all decided to do The Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
I think anybody who is given the opportunity to change your life, you should do it, and do it with open arms. But I definitely want to go now into the weigh-in.
Or how about the actual makeover part, and them getting their hair done? And
well, you know what? That's another thing I was going to say about Marie. That was a totally different change for her.
That was amazing. I loved how it ended up.
And I think that was probably why she was one of my favorite transformations. Marie, girl, you look great. That hairstyle looked amazing on her. I know she was a little choked up about, having the short hair. And even with him asking, well, what is your favorite, characteristic or thing about yourself? And she said her smile. And sure enough, with her hairstyle, brought it up, and now she looks amazing.
And now she's a blonde, or like a real blonde. I mean, I think she was more of a dirty blonde, but now she's like
dirty blonde,
really blonde, like really fun blonde.
Really blonde.
It was like really added to her personality.
She looked amazing. Let's see, Rachel, long red hair. I think I love the red hair on her.
David finally got that beard off.
Gone, chopped. I'm so glad, because I was tired of looking at that.
I love how he shaved it off himself.
That's good.
That was good.
That's good. Who else? I think he made, he let Tanya do the first cut. I didn't know that was Tanya's hair. Ken let Tanya cut her own hair. So I was shocked about that. But she actually did it, and she looked great as well. I like the little one side longer than the other.
Yeah,
that kind of
and
thing.
Chelsea has bangs now.
Chelsea has bang. That's right. She looked good. Everyone looked good in their makeover.
They all look amazing.
I think they all did something different with their hair. Now that I think about it, and I'm glad that Jay did not have on a cowboy hat. I was so glad he did not have on a cowboy hat. I was like, oh gosh, he's gonna want to wear that cowboy hat for the makeover. I was like,
Transformation for
dude,
everybody.
come on, like do not wear that cowboy hat ever. Don't wear it for the triathlon, or I'm sorry, don't wear it for the the finale. Do not wear it. I do not want to see it.
Sick.
But so who was your favorite look? You said.
Well, I'd say the most surprising ones were Marie and David, just how they turned out, because David looked like completely different person.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say favorite look. I guess you can say the favorite part about, let's see, maybe it was a hair change, or maybe was it. Mine would be David's beard.
David's beard. I really loved Marie because she said how having short hair like really traumatized her when she was a kid. She got picked on and bullied for that, and then she kind of just regressed into that childlike state that she felt all those emotions again, and then she was worried about her hair being cut short again because that's what he told her, that like he would cut it short. But the way that they turned it out, she said she loved it. So that was really nice to see.
I think she had this thing, you know how some people, when they have this idea or thought of something and they're like pressed on this idea and they think that, okay, this is what I see is going to happen, and then when it changes, it's like boom, it's like shocking. So she felt as if she saw herself with long hair in the makeover, finale, and she didn't have it, so that was a shocker for her. For me, speaking of makeovers, I think Allie looked like she cut her hair or something. I don't know much about hair, but she folded up under maybe or something. I don't know, like she cut her hair too. She looked good. Yeah, Allie looked good as well. To me, finally, because I know Lauren and I sometimes, like, Lauren's looks out of place sometimes. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the styling or whatever, but she looks like she changed her hair too. But let's go on to the weigh-in. This time on the weigh-in, it seems like they wanted to have 2 below the red line, when normally it would be 1, but it's a little scary for them. It's 7 people, and it's 2 people that get to go home this week. 2 people that get below the red line, go home. So first on the weight scale is Bobby. On last week, he weighed in at 254, came in at 248, lost 6 pounds. That's good.
Yeah, that was really good.
That's good coming from what is it, Travel Week, when they traveled on last week, coming from that's good. 6 pounds, that's really good. And his goals was to try to get under 250 pounds. So I think he did an amazing job. He got a chance to go home. He came back and came strong. Secondly, was Tanya. Weighed last week at 196. She had to lose 3 pounds. And she lost 4, came in at 192. No, actually, she had to lose more than that. She had to lose more than that, and she lost 4 pounds, and automatically kind of puts her under the red line at that time. I didn't think so, but I was just like, okay, maybe she has a chance to hold on. Because the first person that was on the red line was, we'll get to her, but next up was Chelsea. Last week, she weighs in at 168 pounds. She loses 4 pounds, comes in at 164 pounds, so did good. I mean, she's still below that 180, so happy for her. Fourth comes in Rachel. Rachel she takes it all.
Oh my goodness.
Rachel takes it all. First
she
of all,
looks
she gets
amazing.
I was gonna say that. She gets on the scale and she just looks like a totally different person.
Yeah.
Wow. She last week was 155 pounds. She weighs in at 151, losing 4 pounds. So big ups, Rachel. I'm not a fan. I think I'm not a fan because everyone likes her and everyone expects her.
I like her.
See, everyone likes her. I like her, but it's just the simple fact that I'm always cheering for the underdog, shall I say.
Right.
Yeah. So then comes Marie. Dun, dun, dun. Marie, last week, she weighs 178 pounds. She weighs in at 175.
Only lost 3
She had to get 4. She got 3. So automatically, boom, red line. She drops to the red line. I felt bad, But at the same time, I was proud of her because she stood there saying that, okay, if I can just get through the way in, I'll be okay. She didn't cry. She didn't cry to the end. She was just like, okay.
Tough it out.
Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. Then comes Jennifer. I was scared for Jennifer. I'm going to be honest with you. I was scared. I was just like, girl, look like you're going to be on the red line. I don't know. Last week, she weighs in at 189. This week, she loses 4 pounds and comes in at 185. I remember when I used to be 185. I was skin T. But yes, Jennifer loses minus 4 pounds, and she is still safe, shockingly. Seventh, the last but not least, David. Great job again. Last week, he weighs in at 266, loses 7 pounds. He had to lose, what, 5 pounds?
5 pounds, and he did 7.
And he did 7.
I wonder.
Kudos, kudos.
Congratulations to David.
Yes.
I wonder if the beard added more weight.
I think he probably did. Probably a
Might
pound.
have.
Probably a pound and some ounces or something. I
A
don't
few
know.
ounces, I'm sure.
But being that David loses 7 pounds, that automatically puts Tanya in the under the red line. But I definitely love the little friendship conversation that they shared before he weighs in. You know, he was just like, anything, whatever this scale says, know that I love you and you did a great job. We both did a good job, and we're here for a reason. So, you know, I like that.
That was very touching. And
That was very touching.
Both of the girls had held their head up high.
Yeah.
And they really took it like a real winner.
Yeah.
Even though they lost, and they lost a lot of weight, and they didn't win Biggest Loser, but they still walked out of there.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they're all winners because, I mean, the fact that the weight loss and how much weight that they have lost, I mean, they look great. I mean, me being a health coach myself, it kind of gets to me sometimes when I see people who, it feels good to see people who, even though they did not win the contest, they know that they are still winners because they went through it, you know, and they stayed in and they wanted to be there. I do truly feel like everyone wanted to be there. So that was great. So Ben, you know, with that being said, Tanya and Tanya Marie under the red line, that automatically makes Chelsea. Chelsea was the first one to make the final 5.
yeah, she did.
Chelsea was the first one to make the final 5. Then Rachel, then Bobby, then Jennifer, and David. So there you have it, your final 5. Chelsea, Rachel, Bobby, Jennifer, and David. Finally, some men that can finally win, that make it win the Biggest Loser.
Hey, if David keeps on the track that he did this week, he could really make it to the end.
Because out of the whole night, it was 1 pound, but he lost the most out of the whole night. So if he can do that again next week, I'm gonna be so happy.
Right.
Like, yeah, a guy won. Yes. Yeah. But I know everyone is rooting for Rachel. But honestly, I'm rooting for Chelsea.
I mean, I think a lot of people might be rooting for Rachel because she has a great personality already.
Yeah, of course.
And then I think you can see the most progress on her physically compared to everyone else. So that might be another reason why people are rooting for her right now, because everyone can actually see it. But I just, like, I don't know, I just gravitated towards watching her, and I want to see her just to keep progressing and losing more.
So you're hoping for Rachel to win?
I'm hoping for her, to win. I really don't mind it, whoever wins. Yeah. But I would like to see Rachel take it at the end.
Really? I'm going to have to say, I think that Chelsea is going to be my person I'm going to pick. Of course, you all know I always root for the underdog. But think about it. I remember when they was doing the on ice competition, and Chelsea was doing the thing. She was doing the thing. She was almost going to win, and then she did not win. But I think after that episode, I started rooting for Chelsea because I kind of feel like she's that person that no one is paying attention to, so she's going to shock everyone, and boom, you know.
Just creep up from behind.
Exactly. She's going to creep up from behind and just go in.
But I just got to say, I would love to just talk a little bit about the actual reveals.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we kind of glossed over that a little bit.
Okay.
But, like,
I'd love to go back.
I love to see all the families' reactions, because throughout this whole show, you see the contestants' point of view and how they see themselves. But then we got to actually see the family side and their point of views of everyone.
Yeah,
I thought that was very sweet.
My favorite one would be Jennifer's little girl. You know, she was a little overweight herself, and the fact that Dovette is her trainer, I think that would be amazing because she can see what she has done, what he has done for her mother. So that's going to be even more of the motivation to want to get healthy herself. And I think she only may have gotten that weight size because, you know, being around her mom. Her mom felt like she, you know, didn't want to lose weight, so why should she? So that was my favorite one, would be Jennifer's daughter reaction. I
loved Tanya's.
I was gonna say that. I even like Tanya's. Like even the simple fact that she had her red bottoms, she looked good in her red bottoms in that red dress. But her kids, they were really shocked as well.
And I loved the line that she said that 13 weeks for 50 to 60 more years with her kids. And that like really put it into perspective. Yes, you may not want to do it now. It is a short-lived process, but it will literally help you in the long run, in the longevity that you get to have with the people that you love. And I'm like, I don't think a lot of people think of it like that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very sweet and insightful.
Yeah, she looked great. She looked amazing. Rachel, I was glad that the fact that she can now speak with her father. You know, he had been writing to her throughout the whole season. You know, and for her to actually sit down and have a conversation with her father, that was dope. And for her mother to even say that I was like, wow. You know, Rachel, you finally, girl, you are here.
Yeah.
I'm here. So for me, David's reveal was the best for me. I'm sorry. I can't get past the fact that he made me choke.
Yeah.
I cannot get past
I think it was definitely the biggest surprise, and I think that's why they revealed him the last, because it was the most shocking.
It was the most. The producers probably looked and said, whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
save the best for last.
I think he was a little nervous for his little girl. I mean, because he looked totally different. That's why he kept saying, it's daddy. It's daddy. She was like, I know. But I was like,
oh my goodness.
No, it wasn't that bad. I wasn't that bad. But I mean, that was amazing. So
I kind of wanted to see Rachel in that black shimmery dress that she first wore during.
What did she have on?
And she had a red dress, and then she had that whole little bit segment that like this was the dress she wore in prom. I kind of wanted her to wear that during her reveal.
Now that I think about it, I don't think neither one of them had on what they tried on with Tim.
Yeah, like none of them. They had their whole different wardrobe the first time, and then during the reveal was completely different. I kind of wanted to see that black shimmery dress.
Yeah, I did too. A little bit more dressed up, even with the hair and
as
everything
a reveal.
like that. Yeah. Who else had? Let's see. I think Marie could not walk in her. She could not walk in her shoes for nothing, and they were only like an inch high. I was like, Marie, come on, girl.
Hey, heels are hard. I will give that to her, but her hair was rocking.
It took
was
all
amazing.
of the attention. Like she looks amazing. Even her husband was just like, I did not know it was you.
Yeah.
I did not know it was you. Like, and I think Chelsea had her brother Brad to come and see her.
Yeah, I thought that was really sweet, and like from Korea, he came all the way from Korea.
From Korea, and she has the long hair. Chelsea has the long hair, and Marie has the short hair.
And she has a glow back.
Yes, I know Marie saw Chelsea. She was like, ugh. Oh, she got long hair. Don't care. Whatever. I definitely wanted to reach out to and thank a lot of the viewers that watch the show because I see them commenting. They commented a lot on last episode, so I definitely I saw that on YouTube. So Tanya Raglan, maybe you may get your little, your little wish that Rachel may win. I really hope Chelsea may wins, but
they're all winners.
Yeah, they're all winners.
They really
I said
are.
it. Yeah,
because they all walked out in a different perspective, and like they all feel like rejuvenated, new people.
Right. Yeah. And then Anna K from YouTube, she also says that she thinks Chelsea is going to win. So I'm with you, Anna. I really think Chelsea is going to win. And then you have Sam Rose. He's stated that everybody is hating on Rachel. I don't think people are hating on Rachel. I just think that it's more so they're a little upset. that she's winning everything. When you're competing and there's one person that's winning everything, it's not that you don't like that person. It's just that, okay, what?
You kind of want to root from other people too.
Yeah, and now I can kind of like see why, Jay was like, I'm going to try to not stand out this week. He kind of messed them up in the long run still. But she didn't care. Rachel did not care. She was like, I'm still going to go in and I'm going to win because my focus is to win.
It's to win.
Period. So I guess we can go into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So Marisa, what do you think? What is your prediction?
Well, I think you already know. But Rachel and David, it'd be great to see them. But honestly, at this point, I really want to root for anyone who wins.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, Marisa, come on.
I'm sorry. I was like, well, for females, Rachel. For males, David. I mean, we've had a lot of females win recently, so I would like to see David pull in the end. To have that guy winner, that guy surprising, especially with the week that he just pulled right now after like having the travel week and then the makeover week, and it's just like that big surprise reveal at the end that we're like, oh, he has a really good chance of winning it too.
But I actually thought it's shocking to actually see him in the final 5 because I was not shocking, but I think I kind of had the mind frame that I was thinking Jay was going to be in there. So for me to see David and not Jay, I was kind of like, oh, cool.
Well, I think David didn't really think that he was going to be in the final 5 either. His goal was to make it just to makeover week.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he always wanted to win in the end.
100 pounds.
But his attainable goals were just to make it to a certain point.
Right.
And then now that he's there, now he probably has the realization, hey, I could win it.
Yeah. And even Bobby said that. He was like, you know what, if you would have told me that I was going to be in the final 5, I would not believe you.
Exactly.
Well, believe it, Bobby, you're in the final 5. So congrats, my man. But my prediction, I'm going to have to go with, like I said before, I think Chelsea's going to sneak up you all. I'm sorry. I just think that Chelsea's going to take it. I think she's going to sneak up, take it, and even though it's live, I think everyone in the audience is going to feel it because everybody's going to be rooting for Rachel. And they're going to be like, oh, you're going to hear nothing but gasping. So I hope, tell me what you all think. Like I said, go to iTunes, rate, comment, let us know what you think. And see you next week. Next week is the live finale.
Yeah. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Cortez G West.
And you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Serafini TV.
Yeah. See you next week, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.